book Derech Eretz documents the custom of Halab to sit on the floor on thin mats in the synagogue on Tisha B'Av. This custom is observed on both the night and morning of Tisha B'Av. The custom of our community is not to recite Kaddish Kabbal in our beat on the night of Tisha B'Av. This custom was established by Hakam al-Abadi and is discussed in his book Magen Ba'adi. However, according to other sources, Kaddish Kabbal was recited in Halab on the night of Tisha B'Av. These sources include Shulchan HaMelech, that was written by Rabbi Shmuel Lanyado in the year 1804. Hakam Selim Za'afrani's notes recording the customs of the great synagogue of Aleppo from the beginning of the 20th century. And Hakam Ishaq Shahei Bar Sidur for Tisha B'Av also has Kaddish Kabbal in Arbit for Tisha B'Av. Our custom is not to recite the blessing of Sha'as Ali Kotzorki on the mornings of Tisha B'Av and Yom Kippur, in accordance with the opinion of the Arizal. Our custom is recorded in the book Derech Eretz, quoting Hakam Ishaq Shahei Bar. On the morning of Tisha B'Av, we replace Az Yashir with Ha'azinu. This was also recorded by Hakam Selim Za'afrani in his notes describing the customs of the great synagogue of Aleppo. According to the book Derech Eretz, some added Aneno in our beat of Tisha B'Av, while others did not. However, the prevalent custom in Halab was to only add Nahem to the Amidah and Minha. This is based on Maran and the Beit Yosef, who described only adding a Nahem and Minha as the Minhag Ha'olam, the custom all over the world. Rabbi Haim and Hasheset Tehon also wrote that the custom of Safed was to only add Nahem and Minha. He wrote this in his book Eretz Hayim, that was published in the year 1908. And this was also the custom in Baghdad as well. Other changes to the prayers include replacing Sim Shalom with the shorter Oseh HaShalom that's found in the Sidur Arbat Ta'aniyot. This change is made in the Arbit and Shahrit Amidot and was part of Hakam Shmuel Lanyaro's instructions for Tisha B'Av in his book Shulchan HaMelech. However, in Magen Ba'adi, Hakam al-Abadi wrote that the regular version of Sim Shalom should be recited in all of the Amidot on Tisha B'Av. The usual version of Naqtishach ben Aritzach is replaced with Nekadesh et Shimcha and Shahrit, as found in the Sidur Arbat Ta'aniyot. This custom was already recorded in 14th century Spain by the Abu Darham and was the custom in Halab, according to the book Derech Eretz, quoting Hakam Sa'adeh Harari and Hakam Ishaq Za'afrani. According to Hakam Shmuel and Yado in Shulchan HaMelech, Birkat Kohanim is not recited in Shahrit on Tisha B'Av, only in Minha. This custom was also recorded by the Abu Darham and the Shiboleh HaLekek, an authority from Italy in the 13th century. This is consistent with our custom that a Kohen does not recite Birkat Kohanim during his 7-day mourning period, as we are all considered like mourners on the morning of Tisha B'Av. We do not recite a Haftarah and Minha on Tisha B'Av. There is no mention of a Haftarah in the instructions for Minha on Tisha B'Av in the famous Mahzor Aram Soba that was published in the year 1527. Hakam Selim Za'afrani specified that there is no Haftarah and Minha on Tisha B'Av in his customs of the great synagogue of Aleppo. And Hakam al-Abadi also specified no Haftarah Minha on Tisha B'Av in his book Magen Ba'adi. Hakam Ishaq Shahei Bar does not have a Haftarah for Minha in his Sidur for Tisha B'Av. Furthermore, the custom in our community was always not to recite a Haftarah Minha on Tisha B'Av. What about breaking the fast? The book Derech Eretz quotes Hakam Ishaq Tawil and Hakam Abraham Za'afrani, who said that in Halab, most broke the fast of Tisha B'Av with meat. This is based on the fact that in Shulchan Aruch, Maran uses the words Minhag Kasher, literally a kosher custom, to describe the practice of not eating meat on the night and day after Tisha B'Av. These are words that are used to describe a stringency, not an actual halakhic prohibition, and therefore the majority were not stringent upon themselves and followed the actual law that does not prohibit meat right after Tisha B'Av. However, the rabbis and their students were stringent upon themselves and did not eat meat until the following night, meaning until the night of the 11th of Av. This is also based on Maran, who applied the stringency of not eating meat or drinking wine to the night and day of the 10th of Av. But if the fast day fell on Shabbat and was pushed to Sunday, like it does this year, then the rabbis and their students would eat meat and drink wine on the next day, meaning on Monday. They would still not eat meat or drink wine on the night after the fast, but they wouldn't wait until the next night, like they would when the fast was observed on the 9th. Furthermore, the Ben Ish Hai also wrote that the custom in Baghdad was to eat meat right after the fast of Tisha B'Av.